based at Northwest Ambulance. Everybody needs oxygen, but what do you do when you run out? Lucky for our patients at Northwest Ambulance, they'll never have to know because we know how to reload our oxygen tanks. The first thing we gotta do is get the old tank out. We store them right here on our ambulances, so let's find out what's inside. The first thing we gotta do is get the regulator off. And it's just this nut right here, but it could be kind of tight. Luckily, you should have a handy dandy wrench tied to your ambulance. So just get that guy on there and crack it loose. After that, you should be able to do it by hand. Once you've got it off, make sure you keep it out of the way by flipping it over the door, making sure you have plenty of room to work. After that, what we need to do is disconnect all of these ratcheting straps. To do that, we're gonna pull on this little lever and open it up. To avoid smashing our fingers, we're gonna move the tank a little bit to buy us the most real estate and make it the easiest way possible to get it out of the ambulance. Now that our cylinder is all ready to come out, I want to introduce you to my friend, the Ergo Safe ECL, Ergonomic Cylinder Lift. Thanks to them, we won't be breaking our backs. Once you're ready, go ahead and roll the ECL nice and close to the ambulance. Now that we're all ready to roll, let's get the ECL nice and close to the ambulance. But not too close because the cylinder will hit the top bar if it is. That looks just about right. You know the ECL is far enough away if on this sort of horizontal plane, there's a gap between it and the door when it's fully open. Oh no, one thing before we start, we don't have a cap on our tank. Luckily, I always carry a spare. With one hand, you're gonna pull it out, and with the other, you're gonna gently catch it. Now that our cylinder is safely on the ECL, we need to bring it a little closer to the ambulance so we can finish getting it out. Let's turn the brake off and then loosely put the clamp over the cylinder. Now, we're going to gently lift the tank a little and the ECL will kind of fall forward. Once it's closer to the ambulance, we'll go ahead and set the clamp. To adjust the height of the clamp, we'll go ahead and lift on the tank and pull the lever and then let it down. If it's too low, you can just push it up without using the lever. Now that the clamp's at the right height and the cylinder is secured to the ECL, we can pull it parallel to the ground and pull it out of the ambulance. At this point, go ahead and wheel it wherever you store your tanks at your station. Now before we leave the tank, let's chain it up so we know it's not going to go run off on us. Now that we're ready to get a new one in there, we got a full tank and we got the brake set on the ECL. We need the threads for the oxygen regulator on the side of the ECL that has the lever. So we'll go ahead and spin it around just like that. Now that the orientation of the tank is right, we'll pop the brake off and get the ECL nice and close. Turn the brake back on and tighten the clamp. Now that the cylinder is ready to get back in the ambulance, we're just going to tip it back and let the ECL do the work. We'll steer it into the oxygen cubby. Now that it's in this position, if we tried to get it in, it would hit the top of the bar. So we have to loosen the clamp, gently lift the cylinder, and pull the ECL back some. Now that it's pulled back, we can gently lift the tank in. Now that our cylinder's back in the ambulance, nice and full, secured with 3 straps, and the regulator's not leaking, we're ready to get back out there and save some lives. Thank you to all you healthcare heroes doing an awesome job out there. We'll see you next time.